Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to it. It is a beautiful day, even though it's a little bit chilly outside, right? What's going on, y'all? What's going on with the weather? We got nice sunshine, but yet it's cool outside. I don't get it, but it's still beautiful. We'll take it. Just put back on your winter clothes. I don't know. We at the end of April, but yet we're freezing. Like, what is the degrees today? It is, well, right now it's 69, so it's not that bad, but still, it was just 80 degrees last week, but that's neither here nor there. You guys, my birthday was just yesterday. This weekend, I had the most amazing time with friends. It was just low key. My husband just could not understand. You don't want to have a gathering. You don't want to have he gets a little confused a lot of times when I don't want to party for my birthday. I don't. I like to do what I like to do. And it might not make sense to most, but I would say when it comes to your birthday, when it comes to me, let me just say me because everybody's not the same. When it comes to me, I like to do what I like to do. Okay. My birthday comes. This is what I want. You ask me what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. I don't necessarily like to have a whole lot of parties and gatherings. That's more him. If y'all know Fred, y'all know he loves to party. Me, I don't. So I did exactly what I wanted to do. You know, my vision was I wanted a balloon arch. I wanted the most amazing cake. I wanted to hang out with girlfriends. They made it happen. They took me out on Sunday. Saturday we were supposed to go somewhere, but we had just buried my uncle on Friday. I kind of needed a day after that. That was a little stressful, when that kind of hit after his funeral. So I needed a day. Sunday we picked back up and they took me out and we had the most amazing time, y'all. It's a blessing when you have good girlfriends that know you well and they know what you like, and they when I tell you they orchestrated it, and it was better than anything I could have imagine at the time for my birthday. Of course we like to go on trips. I have a couple of trips planned, so it kind of didn't make sense for me to go on a trip for my birthday, when I just did it big on my 50th. I'm like, it's just 51. It's a blessing. And of course, I'm going to celebrate it. I'm just going to celebrate it different. I didn't have to go out of town. And I tell you, I'm so grateful that I stayed. And yesterday, my birthday, actually, did a little shopping, went out to eat. And my aunt and cousin said they were going to come over and, oh, we're just going to, eat some of your cake and sing happy birthday to you. And I look up, here come everybody coming through the door again. So it was a blessing. I had no idea. I had no idea that everybody was coming over again last night because I felt like I took up some of their weekend, and y'all got to work. Y'all have to work all day. Y'all don't have to come over here. But, they show up for me every time. And I thank God for them because they are the most amazing crew ever, as well as my husband. He just lets me be me, and I love it. So I enjoyed 5151. I believe this year is going to be even more amazing. Even though I woke up with a little bit of a back ailment this morning, my back was hurting this morning. I was like, what is going on? I don't know. Having a little pain in my back. I'm like 51 trying to attack me, but it ain't going to happen. It's not going to work. I'm too great and fabulous for ignorance. So I'm not claiming it. So I just work my way through it. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop doing anything. So whatever's trying to happen, you might as well cut it because I got things to do. Anyway, wanted to come to you guys today. Thank you. Let me say that. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. It was so overwhelming. I have to go on there today and make sure I put up a post for everybody because you guys made me feel so special with all of your comments and everybody just stopping to say happy birthday to little old me. I thank you guys so much. It made my day. It really did. People that I swear I haven't seen in a long time commenting, she deserves it. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, each and every one of you, for the birthday wishes because I had an amazing day. Okay, so the topic of today, I always think about heavily my topic of the day. And my topic today is winning at conflict as a couple. Winning at conflict as a couple. If you're winning, I mean, because we're going to have conflict as husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, dating, whatever. We're going to have conflict. You're going to have conflict, right? So if you can navigate yourself through it, if you can work your way through it, then you're winning, right? So a couple of things that you know that you're going to have in a marriage or dating for, if you've been dating for a while and you're looking to be married, or if you're looking to be married and you want to know some of the things that you're going to have, that you're going to run into. This is what this show is all about. These are the things that you're going to run into in your marriage. So, again, the topic is winning at conflict in a marriage. And some of the things that you're going to run into in your marriage. Sometimes your husband or your wife might come to you, honey, babe, we need to learn how to be a little bit more spontaneous. Now, spontaneous doesn't necessarily mean during, when you're having sex. We're not going to talk about that because we don't need to be in anybody's business when it comes to that. We just pray that everybody's up to par on that. But what I'm saying as far as being spontaneous is, being more spontaneous is, as a couple, you're going to run into times where you are just, doing things robotically and things are just whatever. You're just normal. You come in every day. You get up, you go to work, you come home, you fix dinner, you get the kids settled, you get ready for the next day, and then you do it all over again. And then that's your routine in life every day. That's not, and you don't, and you find yourself doing that so much that you have lost your spontaneity. You don't know, when you're routine, you don't know how to come out of that. So we have to make sure that we're being spontaneous. Every once in a while, you gotta go have lunch. You gotta find time, or in the evening time, hey, give those kids over to the parents, and you go have lunch, or I mean, excuse me, dinner with your husband. You go spend time with your husband. Or if you're at practice with the kids, I've said this before, if you're at practice with the kids, bring dinner for you and the husband so y'all can sit in the car and talk about your day and talk about what's your plans maybe for the weekend to be more spontaneous. You have to do certain things to make sure that you are spontaneous in your marriage or in your relationship. Sometimes you're going to run into conflict where one is saying you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. I mean, look at my house. My house, I come in my house every day. You're here most of the day because some people are working from home or whatever. And the man is coming in the house or the woman is coming in the house, whomever's working from the house, and your home is dirty. Now, that shouldn't be, because you have a lunch break. You have time to yourself every once in a while. Some of y'all, with the working at home, you can do what you want. You just know how to time what you need to do on your computer and whatever. Get up, use that time, get up, straighten up some things, or do it in spurts. Today, I'm going to tackle this area. Tomorrow, I'm going to tackle this area. Or, just do it in spurts. If you have to do it and then take all week, make sure it gets done. Nothing should be in disarray. Nobody likes a mess. Nobody likes to be in a mess. Some do. We walk into some houses and be like, Lord Jesus, there's a biohazard in here. Come on, couples, we got to do better. We got to keep our where we lay and where, I understand we have kids, and I understand kids are writing on walls and things like that. You have to teach them to do better. Period, point blank. I've been there, I've done it. But, certain things you just have to make it happen. Sometimes you're going to run into conflict of who makes more money and who doesn't make it, who makes less money. Who cares? Who cares? You chose to be with each other. You are one at this point. You're one at this point. So bring it together. Who's making more money? That's fine. But who's making less money? Let's not spend it all and just make sure we can cover something sometime. You know what I'm saying? Just make it work. However, whoever's making the most money, let's not use it as a, oh, I'm better than you trait or anything like that. Bring it together, put it in one pot and make it work. Stop making everything about something. Stop making everything a conflict. Just make it work. Um, who handles who will handle which one of us gonna handle this? Who's gonna go and get the kids this week, or who's gonna go get that, or you know, whoever needs to do it, make a plan. Make a plan of who's gonna do it. Babe, this week can you handle this for me? And then next week I'll pick back up. Or babe, can you go get this? Make sure you have the attitude of, yes, I will. What you need me to do? Do you need me to go get it? Make sure you just have an attitude of, I will if you ask me. I will if you need me to. I will if whatever you need me to do, I will. Be that type of person. So it's not, oh, I don't got time for that. I don't. Just make sure you have an attitude of being willing to when the time comes. That makes a difference. I promise you it'll make a difference. You don't always want to, even if you do catch yourself, man, like, oh, like today, Fred is, he loves to cook, right? So as a wife, that's not my ministry, but I do clean. I love to clean. So we kind of work that together. He cooks, I clean up afterwards. He tear it down, I come and I clean. Or I make sure it's clean before he even cooks. And then after he cooks, I'm cleaning. So it works for us. But during the day, while he's out, he's like, he got to go pick up this, he got to go pick up that, and he's the type of person he's going to make the phone call. Babe, do we have this at home before I buy more stuff? Because sometimes we have more than enough, and then we're just adding on, right? So he'll call, babe, do we have this at the house? And I might be upstairs. I, you know, I'm upstairs, but I might be doing something, but I will stop and go downstairs and see if he have this. I don't want to be the one that he's making sure that he's cooking for us. So I have to have the willing attitude of, hey, I'll go downstairs and see what we got, or yeah, I'll FaceTime you, show you how much you have or whatever. I can't be like, what you always want me to go downstairs. You get on my nerves with that. Oh my God. He's making sure that we have food. I have to have the attitude of, let me go see what we got. Sure, I'll be down there. Hold on one second. I'm gonna see. But I did know when I walked, I was downstairs for a little while because I know he make a couple of phone calls while I'm downstairs, and I was just waiting. But something said, okay, just going upstairs. I think he's done with asking me the questions about how much we have. Sometimes I like to stay downstairs. Because, steps sometimes kill me. I mean, I don't like to be running up and down the stairs all the time. So I got up to the top of the stairs. I just stepped on that last step and he called, I'm sorry, babe. I wanted to know if we had, and I kind of got like, I just got upstairs. He said, never mind, never mind. No, no, no. I'm going to go back down because you're making sure that you have everything for us to have this nice plush meal. And when he cooks, he sets it out. So the least I could do is bring my my ignorant behind, instead of having an attitude, bring my behind back downstairs and see if he have what he needs to make sure we have this fabulous meal tonight. So sometimes you have to come out of your comfort zone. Sometimes your mouth runs before you know it, and we're all guilty of it. Sometimes this mouth gets to flapping, and girl, you got a man that loves to cook. You got to get your life together, okay? So I brought my little ignorant behind downstairs, and I went and found out what he had. And you good? You got everything you need? Cool. I need to have an attitude of a willing attitude of, yes, I'll go see, yes, I'll go, because he is that man that's going to make sure you have everything you need. He'll go out of his way to make sure I have what I need. So I have to have that same attitude. We just have to meet each other. Right there, we got to meet each other. So that's winning. Um, is this fair? Is that fair? Is it fair for you to not is it fair for me to say that, oh, that's not a good one. I don't want to go too far on it. But are we fair with each other? Are do we treat each other fair? When it comes down to what you want to do, am I willing to do it because you want to do it? When it comes down to what I want to do I get the same treatment as you get when you want to do something? Because when you want to do something, it's not, you don't want to make it like it's not an option or if you want to do it or not. You just have to, again, be willing. Always be willing because when it comes your time, you're going to want that same treatment. In my marriage, I'm about fairness. I don't like for you to have a spirit of when you want to do something, it's what it is, it all goes. But when I want to do something, you over here with a little slick attitude. That's not fair. That's not nice. Be willing. Oh, just because you don't want to do it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. Just because you are sitting here like, I don't like to do that. Okay, let's say a situation. My husband loves to smoke cigars. I'm more of a hookah girl, but my husband loves to smoke cigars. Now, I have sinus issues, right? But my husband loves cigars. So I don't necessarily like the cigar bar. I don't necessarily like to sit down in the room when he's smoking cigars. But if it's a vibe and if that's what's happening for the sake of us having a good time, oh, I'm going to go down there in the cigar smoke. Oh, I'm going to go to the cigar bar in the smoke. And I'll just come home and take me a big old pill and we'll be done with that. But I'm not going to chop his what he like to do down because I don't like to necessarily do it. That's not fair. We sit around and we make conflict with certain things when you can just bend a little bit. Just bend a little bit sometimes with each other. Don't sit around and talk about what you like to do and what he don't like to do and this and that. Bend for each other sometimes. Get out of your comfort zone. Do some things that he like to do that you don't necessarily like to do sometimes. But every once in a while, it's okay to do it. Don't just say because I don't want to do it, so we not doing it. That's not right, y'all. I see a lot of that in marriages. I see a lot of that in marriages. And if I can tell you, that's sometimes a make or break in a marriage. Understand when I say that's a make or breaker in a marriage, being fair. If your man want to go do something and you don't want to do it because whatever reason, and you say, because I don't want to do it, we're not doing it, that's a make or break in a marriage a lot of times. Just because you don't feel like doing it does not mean that he can't go and enjoy it with his friends. Or she can't go and enjoy it with her friends because you don't want to do it. It's not fair and it is a conflict and you won't win in that situation. That you won't win if you don't learn how to bend a little bit when it comes to that. It's just, it just does not make sense. I see it so much, y'all. And I'm going to tell you right now, correct it, fix it, get it right. Sometimes bend. Okay, so if you don't want to do it and you just mean to the core that you don't want to do it, allow him to at least go do it with somebody else, meaning his friends. Don't say, well, his friend, like he comes to you and say, well, me and my friends are trying to go out tonight. You can go if you want to. And you say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. But then you also say, because I don't want to do it, we're not doing it. That that to me is the most insane thing that you can do. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Fred tells me, hey, me and my friends are going out tonight. If you don't, me and my friends are thinking about going out tonight. We're going here and da, 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 da. As long as he's communicating to me where he's going and hey, be safe, babe, go do it. If he asks me to go, what you think about going? Well, I mean, I didn't necessarily want to go, but sometimes I've been to go because if a lot of times you have to understand the signs. If he's asking you to go, he's asking you to go. Like I really would like you to go with me. But then if you turn him down, don't turn him down and say he can't go because you don't want to go. Y'all, if when I tell you that's the most irritating thing and the most the most irritating thing and the most ignorant thing I've heard a woman say is I don't want to go, and because I don't want to go, you're not going. Y'all, do better. Just do better. Do better. It is the most ignorant thing. Don't be her. Don't be him. If Be fair. Be fair. If she allows you to go, and not say allow, if she is okay with you to go, then you should be okay with her to go. Don't then over here say, well, you and your friends are trying to go out. I don't want you to go because I'm just worried about you going for whatever reason. Allow her to go too. Stop being going into the next thing, a control freak. Don't be a control freak. Stop trying to control each other. It's not fair, it's not right, and it's gonna cause conflict, and it's gonna cause a rift between you guys. And the next thing you know, you're going through marriage counseling and all this kind of stuff because you're trying to control the person. You're trying to make this person be how you want them to be for the sake of your brain and for the sake of how you think. You're trying to control. Don't control a person, because when you're trying to control a person, that makes a person pull away from you and not want to be around you, even in a marriage. You didn't get married to control the next person, to control and make that person do what you want them to do, how you want them to do it, exactly how you want them to do it. Okay, yes, we do kind of mold each other as a couple, as I know my man likes this, so I do things like this, and I know my wife likes this, so I do things like this. That's a difference. That's different. That's not control. That's making sure that you please each other. I'm talking about control, controlling a person's being, controlling a person's mind, controlling them where they feel like they can't do this or they can't do that because they're worried about what you're going to say and how you feel or whatever, whatever. Be fair. Because if you're not fair, then that's going to cause conflict. And conflict will in turn into a situation. And a situation meaning we got problems. So now we got to see somebody about this because we can't agree at this point. We're not, we've been on this path of not agreeing in every area of our marriage now because this part ain't right and we keep having conflict. We got to win against this, y'all. We got to learn how to treat each other correctly. Treat each other like you have sense. Be fair. Conflict is just about, when you have conflict, sometimes it's just about being fair. Well, I shouldn't have done her like that. I shouldn't have done him like that. I shouldn't have made her feel this way. So let me apologize. Perhaps I should have not said that way. I apologize. Apology will take you a long way, because when you make a person feel a certain way, then they start feeling a certain way about you a lot. And then because you can't control your mouth, you can't control what you're saying that's hurtful to that person, in turns make that person, I'm a little convicted. I'm a little conflicted with you. I don't like your energy. I don't like you talking to me a certain way. I don't like the way you act in certain situations, if you will. When it's you, none of that happens. When it's me, it's a whole issue. And I have a problem with that, sir or ma'am. I have a problem with that. And if you are having a lot of conflict with each other, you got to learn how to come to each other about it. I don't like that. I don't, you made me feel this way, and I, I, I really didn't like that. I really wish we could do better when it comes to situations like that. I really wish we can be better people when it comes to situations like that. It seems as though we keep running into problems when it comes to this area in our marriage or this area in our relationship. Why is that? Talk to each other, figure it out. Tell each other where you're running into the issue at, because if you don't, yeah, it's going to always be conflict. It's going to always not be fair. It's going to always be a problem. But communication, they say in marriage, communication is the biggest thing that you can ever do. If you have communication issues, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. It's just going to be a problem. But if you can communicate, you're winning. If you're talking to each other all the time about what's happening, if you're organizing, if you're setting your day, if you're praying with each other in the morning, it makes a difference. So we got to win against conflict, you guys. We can't let it take over our lives, because in these marriages, we just let things fester. We let things just continue on, and it's drawing a wedge and bringing a rift between us, and it's little simple minute things that's turning into big things. It starts off this small, and then it just and we're just letting it come in. It's letting everything come in and just tearing us apart. This is why a lot of our relationships are not working, because we're just living, we're existing, and we're not really working with each other. We're not, as a couple, in a marriage, we're not working with each other anymore. We're just bypassing, we're just allowing things to continue on, and we gotta do better. We got to do better when it comes to allowing things to just continue to go on and fester, and allowing things to just continue to come in and just rip you apart. You see it happening, but you're just too lazy to. Let me stop that, because I see something happening right there. I see something. I don't like that. I don't like that. I see something happening right there. I gotta stop that. I gotta stop that. I gotta stop that. I gotta do. I gotta be better. I gotta. If y'all hear my husband in the background, he's in a whole conversation, y'all. I apologize. It's throwing me off a little bit, but whatever. But I think that was my last note. Being fair, the control issues. These are all conflicts. These are all conflicts that we come across. So again, let's go over the notes before I leave you guys. Learn how to be a little bit more spontaneous. Whoever's not doing enough, let's just make sure we're holding up our end of the bargain. Don't just sit around and just be a lazy bum and not trying to bring anything or make something pop in your marriage. Make sure we are bringing enough to the table. Make sure if you're not bringing enough, make sure some of you can be the table. Bring the table if you can. That's okay. If you bring more and she brings less, as long as everybody bringing something, that's all that matters. Who makes more money? Who don't make more money? What I say, put it together. Who cares? Put it together, put it in a pot, and let's make it clap. Because, like I said, we chose each other, so it doesn't matter who brings more money and who doesn't. Who handles this? Who's not handling this? Who was supposed to handle this today? Figure it out. Plan. Plan. Plan on who's handling. You got to plan. You got to talk to each other. Y'all not talking to each other. Talk to each other and figure out who's going to do what, when, where, however. Who's going to handle it? Somebody needs to. Just talk to each other so you can plan it. Who's not being fair? Don't worry about it. Let's not be fair. Let's not be fair. Make sure you're being fair in your relationship. Make sure, again, I told y'all I had a whole conversation about that. Don't sit around talking about what you want to do. And if I don't want to do it, she can't do it or he can't do it. Cut that. Let people enjoy their lives. Stop trying to control how things are going to go down. Stop with these negative attitudes of I'm scared somebody's going to take them from me if he go out there. I'm scared somebody's going to take her from me if she go out there. If you don't let her go out there and live and be her, you're going to lose her anyway. You're going to lose him anyway. So allow them to be them. Okay? Please. The control thing, we're not doing that in a marriage. We're not doing that in our relationships. We're not controlling each other. We are trusting that when we let you, excuse me, I keep saying let, we are trusting when we say, hey, go out and have fun and do your thing, but come back home. We're trusting that when you go out there, you're doing the right thing. If your husband go to the gas station, if you're trying to hook up with somebody at the gas station, it's going to happen. If your husband go up the street and get some grocery, if your wife go up the street and get some grocery, that can happen once you go up the street and get some groceries. So you can't hold a person. You can't hold a person and try to keep them under your feet because you got issues. That's not how things work. Allow each other to be who you are as a person. Allow that person to be them. Okay? Don't hold people back because that's not fair. You're gonna have conflict. Okay, we're not gonna have these little small, minute conflicts because they start off small and they turn into big things. So we're trying to win over conflict. We're trying to win in this thing. We don't want any type of conflict in our marriage. All because of our thinking. Only reason why you have conflict is because you think differently. And there's nothing wrong with thinking differently. You just got to do better in your thought pattern. That's all. That's all it's all. This is what this is all about. It's the way you think. If you can control your thoughts and what's going on in your head that you think is going to come out bad, you will win. Control it. Okay? It's all about controlling your thought pattern on things, and you will win after all that's said and done. All right? I love you guys. I pray that this message made sense because it made sense in my head. A lot of times it might not mean nothing to nobody, but it made sense in my head. But I'm praying that you guys are working in your marriage and working on being a better you each day and showing up in your marriage in the best way, because that's what this is all about. Make sure you are liking and subscribing. Make sure you tell a friend. It's not just about married couples, it's relationships too. It's dating, it's people who want to one day get married. These are the things that you have to look forward to in being married. Okay? So that's why this whole platform is here. We're helping people work through all of the issues that they might have in a marriage and make it fun, right? So make sure you like and subscribe, hit the bell for me, share with a friend. I thank everybody for rocking with me since September. We're in April now. We're at the end of April. I started this back in September, and a lot of people have been giving me great feedback about it, and I'm so glad about it. And I want to take it to the next level eventually to podcasting. I'm working on that and just talking with people about where they are in their marriage and helping them navigate through it. That's all. That's all we're here for. But again, I love you guys. I'll see you back here next Tuesday. Make sure you call somebody today. Tell them you're thinking about them. Tell them you love them. Hey, I'm just checking on you. If you haven't heard from them in a minute, call them. See what they're doing. See what they're up to. It can stop a person from doing something crazy to themselves or thinking crazy, or it can either make their day. It's simple. All right. Love you guys. Have a good one.